We didn't have this much crowd and much people, much engines to use electricity. From NEPA we went on, and now we became BIDEC. Recently, the price of petrol went over the bar. Petrol, diesel, of course, kerosene is no longer within the reach of the ordinary man. Then power that we don't ever get, if you ask me to grade it, it will be like 10 over 100, because sometimes in 3 days, 4 days, a community will not have power in Asaba here. We're talking about from, let's say, from Izine Avenue up to Boaji, there won't be power, there won't be electricity. We have been paying electricity bills without having commensurate power for what we are spending with our Naira power. And recently, the tariff has gone up to 230%. Who else should we cry to? From 68 Naira kilowatts hour to 225 kilowatts the hour. This is really, really sad. For the workers, the civil servants, the pay is still where it is, with the increase in the fuel and diesel and kerosene that has affected the price of goods and services everywhere. And now, the power, electricity, has gone up again. Where do we turn to? How do we survive? How do the consumers, the ordinary man on the street, live in this country, Nigeria? Okay, let's just narrow it down to Delta State. My name is Maureen Elipo. I am your presenter on the program. Convince me this morning. I have my brother, my boss, a dependable personality, a man of God, Bishop Henry Uzo, to help us answer some of these questions. Bishop Henry.
Thank you for having me. You forgot to say that you are presenter, producer of the program. You are not just a presenter, you are a producer of the program.
Presenter, producer, head of department.
And head of production.
Yes. So, we are happy that we are alive. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. So we can smile.
The highest currency we can have.
But look at what is happening.
Yeah.
Where do we turn
to? Maureen, you see, the first thing is shock. I can tell you the Nigerians are shocked beyond shock. And the lowest place a man can fall is to the ground. After then, you must stand up somewhere, somehow. You don't have any other place to fall to. In Nigeria, we're already on the ground. I think the next thing that's going to happen is our getting up. That's the way I look at it. Because they say when you drive a goat to the wall, at that point, you could be running. When it gets to the wall and there's nowhere to run to,
it turns back.
He has to fight back. Now, in Nigeria, just like you're trying to expatiate and establish, you can't talk about any form of development, whether personal development, community development, societal development, national development, without electric power.
Even in DBS, we can't come without power.
It's not done. It can't be done. So, if a nation cannot supply electric power to its citizens, that nation is not yet born. Not born. So,
we are the giants of Africa.
Maybe Nigeria is suffering from stillbirth or whatever, because, like rightly said, in the 70s, in the 80s, we had reasonable electricity. Even at the time it was ECN, you didn't mention that ECN was electric.
Okay, that was the first
Electric Corporation of Nigeria. That time, well, maybe we can say that the demand for electricity was minimal. The rural communities did not want to dream of it. They don't think that they need it.
Even in the urban city in Asaba, we didn't have this much crowd.
Even government, yes. Even government did not think that the rural communities, so they were targeting the headquarters of local government, urban centers. you know. But be that as it may, we don't have an excuse by saying that because our infrastructure has increased. So where? We are still crying for infrastructure. Is it that the population has increased? But are we not paying? We are paying more than we need to pay. So one will expect that with the high cost of the tariff, that they should be able to upgrade, because the reason why they are increasing is so that they can, upgrade their services. But you see, the problem has always been this question of government not owing the system of education. And if in the 21st century we are still having like problem, whether in its generation, whether in its distribution, then we have problem indeed. We have real problem indeed, because how do you run an economy without electric power? It's just impossible. Before you came, I mean, you may need to stretch whatever you are wearing or you are giving to a dry cleaner. The fact that there's no electric power is going to affect that, because even when you get it done through what's it called, the dry cleaner, he's going to charge you extra. Then the painful aspect is that even homes that have not smelt electricity, maybe, or cannot smell electricity for upward of 20 days, upward of 10 days in a month, they still send bill to them.
You're saying if you travel for 3 months, you return, if they don't cut your wire and let you hang, you will meet electricity bill for 3 months that you were away.
They will just, and they have explanation.
The same thing.
They have explanation that, they generated this thing, they bought this volume of electricity, and if it's not continuing, we pay for it. I don't understand. But you see, like I told you, we are down already. It's not about how much you are giving us. One is not concerned about what you are giving us. It's about facilitating the pay as you go. In other climes, they control your consumption. They advise you to moderate your consumption. It's there, but they still advise you. They shout. They advise you, please let this thing go round. Let us manage it for everybody. It's there. You pay, but you see what you are paying for. Nigeria is the only place where contract is awarded, work is not done, but money is paid out. So money is spent for things we don't see. The same way we are able made to pay for what we don't use, and that is satanic, that is sadistic, that is saddening.
It's unlawful
of government. That is infringing on our rights. It's unfortunate that that's what government has, conferred on itself, just to see how much they can. Not even intentional, but absent-mindedly, inadvertently, the job they are doing is working very hard to see that the masses are suffering. I hate using the word masses, the people. The people are suffering. And I don't know when we are going to, as a government, think the other way. Because even when they tell you that the matter is being addressed, nothing is being done.
I don't think government will set out to make
even this
people suffer.
No.
Maybe the people they have put in charge.
You don't get it.
Maybe there's no proper monitoring.
Excuse me. If you put, okay, let's look at this. This whole thing is stemming from the National Electricity Regulation Commission. That's a commission. A commission, no matter how you look at it, is an arm of government.
Yes.
It's a parasita set up by government to function for government.
Yes.
To help government. So if anything is generating from there and affecting the people, it's government that is doing the people. Sorry, I'm using that pidgin English.
Sometimes, if government doesn't check what, there are excesses.
Sir, don't excuse government. You can't.
I'm not excusing government.
It's like in my own house now. It's like in my own house now. Something happened, maybe my son is playing ball, and then, and then I leave it like that. Anybody who is passing will not say my son is irresponsible. Can't this man fix this fence?
Because you don't know what happened.
Because it's not about what happened. This is the man in charge of this house. Of course, if there's any discipline, I will have disciplined my son. But for crying out loud, that fence has to be fixed by me. That's it. Or let me take it in a more fatalistic way. My son is playing football and hits somebody's glass and breaks it.
You will pay for it.
Then they come to tell me, I say, you stupid boy, you stupid boy. And the man's glass is not fixed. The man is not going to be satisfied with my beating my son, even if I injure him. The right thing to do as a father is, okay, sorry, I have, can I meet you halfway? I beg on behalf of my son. So you cannot say, if you appoint anybody or give anybody an assignment, you must provide the person. And then I can tell you that most of the time, like these issues, the reason why some of these commissions cannot function is that when they are giving budgets, like governments, the government still comes and takes a large chunk of that money because I put that money there, I want this. And I cannot tell you what for. So you believe that me too, I am the one I want to collect. And then when it's time to give account for the money, I just say anything I want to say. And the same government will come and look at us, okay, it's okay. Properly explained. So that's where we are. And you see,
no, let's come back to it. There are two
money gotten.
There are two things happening now.
All right.
Recently, Ghana, who we supplied electricity, celebrated.
I don't know how many years of
no lights out, no power cuts. And in Nigeria now, Abia, through
their new governor,
the new governor, and something that was already running, it was to run for the whole country. Abia is going uninterrupted, enjoying half of life. So it's a doable thing.
It's doable. That's what I'm telling you. That
so
the
it's a doable thing. Why are we
Maury, listen to me.
And let me tell you another thing. Growing up too, like I said, we'll see those ECN officials come to the house. ECN then.
Yes.
So I remember I was very young. When they were NEPA, I was already in secondary. ECN will come to read your meter, take the points, and then take again. Now you're giving bills.
They don't even have.
At their own
They don't have staff
wishes.
to do that. They don't have staff to do that.
Okay, if they
what they have now is maybe an IT boy. They tell you this area. When we print estimated bill, you go and give them.
Well, we pay so much. And
the whole thing, you see. That's why I told you there's good news. The good news is that we're already down. What Abia is doing now is that we have been down. Now we are fighting back.
Abia got it without the fight.
Because no, you can't say it's without the fight. They got to tell you the investment that the man made and the ability showed, commitment. It's one thing for you to say we want to build. It's another thing for you to be committed for you to be built. Why should I say I am establishing a 100 million naira project and then I want 50 million to myself? It's all part of the problem. So by the time I take that, those who are doing the work will say, okay, if I can't take this one, so this one not you take. When you ask us, we can explain.
Should it be the way?
But let me tell you about Abia State. Abia State is a state that is surviving Nigeria on industrialization. If you go to Aba, for instance, the level of fabrication, let me not use manufacture, the level of fabrication going there requires high level electricity. It's not what you can run with diesel or diesel plant. No. They just need electricity, electric power. And so that place has suffered for a long time and people have been crying out. And then there's loss of revenue.
I agree.
So this governor had to take the bull by the horn. The greatest problem in this country is that electricity falls within what line votes. That means to say it should happen from Abuja. The moment they take that in the way and allow states to generate their electricity, and it's beginning to happen. For instance, we did what we call independent plant here. Even though it has not been officially recognized. If you build your house, you will buy pole, you will buy wire. Then you will pay NEPA to connect to the national grid. Then you will even buy a transformer. Because that's where the problem is. The problem is not only in generation, when they even generate, to distribute, because you need all these things, downline materials, like transformer, like step down, like transformer, and then wire, and then poles. This is where the problem is. This is where we fizzle out. So if you as an individual now, which is the station now, you buy those things, after you have finished buying, the transformer is NEPA property, by implication. You went to the market and the receipt is with you. But as long as that transformer is connected to the wire coming from Abuja, it's not Abuja property. When the transformer you take excuse from NEPA to repair it. After you have taken the excuse, you will now give money to pay money to NEPA. I don't know whether that money is official or whatever. To power it, that is to connect it back to the national grid. These are the problems.
I think it's because we don't know our rights, because
no,
we pay electricity
I'm
bill.
telling you where the right is now.
They should supply these things.
The right we are talking about now. The right we are talking about now is that the man who did not consume can tell you, I didn't consume this, so I won't pay. But the question is, if you don't pay, they will cut the wire you bought and take it to the office.
No, they don't take.
So they don't have rights.
They don't have it.
So they have all the rights. NEPA has all the rights. Now, why is this so? Because there is interest. These BDC as we're talking now, I don't know who is the manager, but I know I've heard or read that federal government is taking over BDC, the authority of BDC. I don't know how true that is, but as we speak now, the person who was the contractor handling Benin Edo Delta is sacked by government for either non-performance or non-remittance, one of the two. You know, when government sacks you, when they say you are not performing, it's either they are not feeling you. It's like a policeman that is at checkpoint.
Excuse me.
When I was no, don't. You know, we're on TV now. The idea is don't say it, but this is the way it is. Your guy will tell you, come, Okoro, you don't follow them. You are in the office. Don't go to checkpoint again, because we are not seeing the people who went to every. See what they are doing. You have been at that. So let somebody else try. Then you saw that beg.
Is it the
so
idea behind?
That is the non-performance.
The idea behind is it to bring or to keep safe?
That is what we're talking about. That interest now. Government and government officials are the ones killing this nation. If there's anybody that has good intention, when you enter there, the status quo ante will cripple you. You must do as they say. That is just the problem we have in Nigeria. The level of, because we are talking about corruption. This corruption is part of what is killing this NEPA. Because all this money they're talking about, when they upgrade it, when they review the tariff upwards, it's assumed that it's supposed to help meet high cost. Of course, everybody is talking about high cost now. High cost of this. But even when the money comes, there is interest from Oga first. Okay, this money can I have that? Can I have that? And you say, thank you, sorry, sir. It will be done, sir. After it is done, you are looking at what you have and what you are going to do, sir. Okay, the thing is not going on. What do we do? Oga don't carry chunk. What do we do?
So how does the average civil servant get power, electricity?
Let me tell you what is going to happen. What is going to happen is that it begins to be the IPP that the state government built now. You notice that the power secretariat. Secretariat that we go in the morning and leave there 4 o'clock. We have light till the next morning. But we leave the office, we go to our home, we don't have lights. It's all part of government. Well, somebody's going to wake up one day.
No, it's starting from somewhere.
Now,
I have the belief that the IPP, just like Abia is doing now, Delta will grow to that.
Yeah.
We have started with the IPP, at least the
IPP,
Secretariat, Delta Broadcasting Service.
The independent power plant too. Yeah, we are beneficiaries.
Yes.
The independent power plant too is going to cost, it's costing government money. Do you understand? So there's going to be a revolution on this matter. I'm not talking about people going to the street to protest. Just what happened to NITEL, it's soon going to happen to NEPA.
Has it not already happened to NEPA?
Wait now.
That they cut it into BDEC, NESEC,
No, those ones, they say that because government is running that, they want to, what is the language? They want to commercialize it, they want to privatize it, they want, whatever language they are making. The same human beings who from government want to privatize will go and buy it. Go and check the vested interest. If you see the money that was spent at the time of Obasanjo for the Gencos generating, then discos, the distributing. There was money spent for which our brother next door, Elumelu, was chairman of the probe. A lot of things were unearthed that time. A lot of that is because the thing was being transmitted live. Eventually ended up like Okuta Panel. In fact, I'm not speaking for him, but they threatened our brother. So the whole thing ended, let me say, the fiasco abruptly. Today nobody's talking about those proofs or what was found out, the level of corruption that was found out.
It's just like the balloon when you use the pin to
yeah. We were all hailing our brother that is doing a good job. Coming from a financial disciplinary family that he came from. Because if you check the history of the Elumelu, the discipline they are having financially is coming from home. Knowing where to put money and how to treat money. About it, I'm not blowing his trumpet, but he is one person who at least came to put solar street light in Ejima that made us know that we have the today. No. This is, so I'm not blowing his trumpet, but I'm telling you how that, you see, accountability to the people is what makes you who you are. And that is why no matter how much you steal from government, I say this without fear of contradiction, no matter how much you steal from government, when you leave the government, you be poorer than you were before you enter. Check our politicians, that's their lot. But they have not learned their lesson. You are not a public officer because you have access to public funds to steal. A governor is richer than his state. A local government chairman is richer than his local government headquarters. Local government president is richer than his country.
How do you know the accounts of these people? You can't say you.
I know.
While they are in government, they enjoy the excesses.
You have your right to moderate program. That's what you are doing. You are doing very well. But I'm telling you that I have been a journalist.
Thank you. I should moderate.
Do your work, moderate me.
I am.
But the people have now the way out, because that is what I want to let you.
I am a child of God.
I'm not a fatalistic person. The source of life is death. Do you understand? Until there's death, there's no life.
Are we like the phoenix?
Take anything. The Bible says, except a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. But when it dies, it springs forth. Now, that's the mystery of life. So I'm not afraid when things go to the lowest ebb or go to. I told you last time. I told you that watch this Nigeria. This time next year.
Things will be.
Some of these stories we are telling, we're not going to tell you. I'm telling you.
Things will be better.
Somehow, you can't. The cycle of the economy is depression. There's another one. Another shun before boom. There's regression, or retrogression, depression, or depression, retrogression. Then retrogression, depression, then boom. We can only take off from here to the high place. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's the mystery of life. And everybody will be ashamed who have been part of this wickedness that we are experiencing. Now, I don't know about your house. This morning, after about 2 days, I just saw lights. A little after 4 a.m. By the time it was past 6, the light has gone. And I'm not likely to see it again. And I live in the GRA as it were, a privileged person. Yes. Then the good thing now is I've been able to get to the level where I have pay as you go. So you can't tell me that I consumed the thing I bought at high price is still there. So whenever you bring your wing, if you move small, it's still there. But the wicked one is when somebody does not have, he has analog meter. You don't come to read the meter. You just say, oh, because this house is a 2-bedroom flat. We checked inside, there's a fridge that has never been on. There is we have one air conditioner. So this man should be paying 35,000 naira a month. So you just bring it. And then now that they have raised tariff, now that 35,000 is going to go to. So whether the man on anything, whether it's all like, but like I told you, as people are, everybody is now managing to get inverter in the corner. It's part of the revolution.
But then you still need power to charge yourself.
No, not exactly so. No. The inverter comes with battery. Now, as the sun is shining, the sun directly converts into electricity. I'm coming now.
How many batteries can work?
I'm coming now. converse it for you, and then while charging your battery. So that at night, if you want to enter your toilet, you can on the light and still use light without having everything on. There's no, why do you need security light? You don't need.
We don't need security light.
No, you don't need to. So, but by so doing, you're already circumventing NEPA. Now, as we speak, there is fuel-less gen in the market. Fuel-less gen.
What does it use?
It uses battery. It uses battery. So if you have a small generator, and then you have that fuel-less gen, you buy your level. Like the one that will power, for instance, a structure that has, maybe some air conditioning and all that. It's about 1.2 million. It's big money. It's big money. It's big money. I agree with you. It's big money. But you see, when you put it there over time, then you put small fuel in your gen. When it's resting, you use your gen to charge your battery while you're enjoying electricity. Gradually, we are circumventing NEPA. Remember, when NITEL was dealing with us, because NITEL's own was worse than this one. Yes, it's because we don't remember again. We have the way of quickly forgetting. That time, it was only if you wanted to call anybody who is in America, who is in London, you need to travel to 5 places in the vendor that time, about 7. There's Asamba, privilege, Albo, privilege, Auchi, privilege, Salomidara, privilege, University, privilege, Sapele, privilege, Wari, privilege. Finished. 7. So, anywhere you are, the nearest one to you go. When you get there, you see a crowd of people. You want to talk to your brother, something happened. Then you take number. When it's time, you enter the place. Hello, hello. Just when you pick, when you pick, your money has started. It's by minutes. Hello, hello. That minute has come. They say you want to redial so that you can hear. You redial again. Then people are telling you, bros, if you not connect, come out and make another person try. At the end of the day, you will leave as traveling back to Ejima number without effectively speaking to your brother. But you are paid money, transport and all that. But now, if you go to the end of Asaba, where they call night, there's a place called night. The building is still there. Do you know that government is still confused? They don't know what to do with the structures. The structures of NITEL in terms of their buildings across Benin, whether Benin, all their buildings now.
It's federal government.
They don't know what to do with it. They still have not come to say, oh, since this is for NITEL, now that it's let's renovate it and hand it over to, no, it still became there because government property is nobody's property. Is that not wickedness? So, now, in 2000, Econet entered Nigeria. Hello, what do you tell me? Somebody, I went to market in Cotonou. I saw even, what is his name? Vulcanizer, holding phone and talking. Everybody, it's Motorola. Eventually it enter. Sometimes we need to go to a high place to get network. We need to say there's network here, there's network here. Okay, at least we can send text message. Are we still talking about that now? We have passed that level.
And it started with, okay, the Econet came and you needed 1,005 or so to get your
not airtime, you needed about how much did I buy my SIM card? It was 30,000.
35,000.
No, they started with 30,000. I remember I got my own 10,000. So now they tell you, come, SIM card is free because they know that as you begin to charge,
you will even have some.
With little airtime inside.
Yes.
So now I am telling you, because you see this electricity, much as we're making it look as bogus, electricity can only be generated through dam. It's not only through hydro mechanism. No. Somebody was telling me that these days now, there are people who can come to your house now and construct something to your sockaway and connect to your gas. And you crack your gas, it will light. You use that one to cook. That's shit gas. So this trash that fills everywhere.
Technology is huge.
This trash that fills everywhere. While I was with Ghana in the House of Assembly as Chief Secretary, some people came. They called me and I said, they are this organization, they want to speak at you. What is that? They want to see how they can, you know, assist the Delta State government to generate electricity for Delta. They can do it here, sample it in Asaba, sample it from then spread. I say, oh, your idea is very wonderful, but it won't work. They were from Canada. I said, how? He said, how? I said, because electricity in Nigeria is on one line boat. So he didn't know what I was talking about. Say, no, just for Delta. I said, we are not as autonomous as you think. This is not US. This is not US. I'm telling you that this thing is controlled from Abuja. They went inside to discuss with people. Of course, people are calling inside because no matter. Only people come. So
that was for just the two of us.
So we sat down, we started discussing the possibility. So just they say, no, the state government said, no, the reason why we came to you is that it's an issue of parliament. That somebody you can generate a bill that can be passed into law for governor to sign if it has the merit. That's why we are coming here first. I say, no, that in fact it should go to the executive arm. The executive arm can generate the bill for us to work, and it's faster that way. And we can be working on it here, and if it's not approvable by the expert, we will just be wasting our time. But then I got to know that from dustbin, waste, you can generate electricity. Are you seeing it? Now, gas, that was the one we gave to Ghana with our liquefied natural gas. That's what we're exporting to Ghana, that made Ghana to have lights. They experimented it in Bayelsa. Bayelsa had light for only about 3 months, and it went dead.
Why? I
don't know. As I'm sitting now, it's just like a refinery. I don't know why they cannot work. We spent millions of naira, billions of dollars to build this, to manufacture.
We are building more, and we are refurbishing more.
So there's only turnaround maintenance now.
Yeah.
And when you hear that,
I thought the one at Port Harcourt was about to
they told us it will come on stream. In fact, I read in the paper that Dangote's refinery started selling fuel.
No, I don't think.
First
they said it was about to, and he said it wouldn't be.
They said they are
until such a time.
They started selling fuel. Dangote refinery and started selling fuel.
We haven't seen the impact because the price of
petrol they just started now. This thing is about 2 days ago now. So that's why I'm telling you that this time next year, you understand? This thing have a way of, something will just burst from nowhere. And
just like the oil burst for us at the time.
God,
oil boom.
God is
and we went so high.
God is wonderful. This is the hand of God. It will happen in this country.
Do you understand? From Delta.
So, but you were asking how that the turbine could not work. It could not work because it's a Nigerian thing.
When you say Nigerian thing,
we have I don't know how
stumbling blocks.
No, the point is it's embedded in our system of colonization, and it's also manifested in the system of decolonization. I don't know whether I've mentioned on this platform that part of the pact for decolonization of the French-speaking countries is that a certain percentage of their annual budget must go to the French treasury. Yes. And they accepted it. But now, what is happening?
There's always a change.
Young Francophones are standing up. Yesterday, our Oga is 83 years, that is 72 years officially. We went to go and shake hands with a young boy who is 44 years old in the same African country. Now, I'm telling you, the time will come.
I didn't hear that. I know we have the best.
The time will come.
We have the best brains. Nigeria. Our doctors have gone abroad and done exploits.
I agree with you.
Our engineers, our professors, and everything.
I agree with you.
So we need to make it work for us.
Let them come into the system here and see whether they will have the enabling environment. It's about enabling environment.
Very soon, the young bloods are taking over.
You and I, we are talking.
Look at Delta State Esco. It's filled with very, very young
people. And I, we are talking here now because there's a camera in front of us.
Yes.
Because there's a transmitter.
Yes.
If we don't have, will they know that you can moderate the program? No. There has to be an enabling environment. I'm telling you that the system here has a way of rejecting talent. It rejects talent because we promote mediocrity. How? Because most of the time, those we put in government are those who can do the rugged work and get there. And incidentally, those who can do the rugged work and win election are people who are targeting the state treasury, the national treasury.
No, I don't agree totally with
Okay, now we are. You are moderating me.
I do not agree
that you are
with
moderating
you. We
me.
have examples.
Yes.
We have examples.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, like you said, the godfathers behind might put a law, might put this leash on them that they won't let go.
It's like a local government chairman in this country now saying that he can perform. You are performing for as long as your godfather allows you.
Yes.
Because if he has gone out of his way to ensure that you become local government chairman, by the time allocation comes, he say, I need give me 10 million. You're not going to ask him what do you want to do now. You say, okay, sir, let me find a way around it.
Because it bankrolled your election.
Good.
Until we stop that.
How do you stop it now?
It will stop. You said by this time next year.
I know.
Things will get better.
No, things will get better.
In all spheres of life.
Wait, now, things will get better by dint of divine intervention.
Yes.
Because, like we said, okay, I'm giving you an example now. I'll give you an example. As I speak to you now, I have small solar in my house. So even if the NEPA is coming,
no wonder you don't complain.
no, I'm coming. So it's not about not complaining.
You just say it.
It's not only me now.
You have your power.
It's not only me.
As you go.
That's what I'm telling you now. It's not only me.
Solar.
It's not only me. So now, look at it.
It's not only you, it's for you and me.
It's not only me that has been able to achieve that.
No, of course. Yes.
So now, even if they now come with their 24-hour lights, it's not still within my discretion. In the afternoon, I use the one that comes from God. My pay as you go is there. Thank God I've secured it. Then in the evening, if their light is still there,
there's increase in tariff. So even with your pay as you go, it's going to shoot up.
No problem, but it cannot be like somebody who is at their mercy.
I understand.
I'm telling you that gradually will be out of their mercy, and gradually somebody will come. Just like Obasanjo. Obasanjo came after doing the fine work for us. He made money for himself. Big money. The arrangement is that when you recharge 100 naira, 10 naira is about the investment. I don't know whether that thing is still there.
I don't know, which is fair enough.
And it's fair enough, but you see, that's the same thing was happening in my own. But the point is that has broken the back of NITEL. Even NITEL struggled to come out with NITEL mobile. They ran it as government and it fizzled out. They came out with their own their own SIM card and all this. It didn't work. That factor still affected. So what I'm telling you now is that we are already with our backs on the ground. Whether they increase it from 230 to...
From 68 naira to 225 naira.
Good.
That is
now,
a far cry.
How many percent increase is that?
It's 230%.
Thank God for our lives. It can only happen in Nigeria where something will increase from 1 naira to 100 naira. It's only in this country. If not, in other places, if we increase adding about 50 kobo or 20 kobo, that's what they do. Now, kobo is no longer, kobo is when we are doing budget, we use it to make sense of our currency. If not, the other definition of kobo, just like you have pounds and shillings. Pounds and shillings. In fact, it used to be pounds, shillings, and pence. I mean, they used to be pence too. Mm-hmm. So now, dollar and cent, franc and dime.
You know we have gradually fizzled out 100 naira.
No, it's not there.
100 naira.
It's not there. It's not there. There's nothing you buy. The other day, I was coming from Sapler, and the woman was, just flinging change in my front. I said, I'm bored. I'm throwing down in my mouth to mitigate the endurance of the journey. How much? Say 200 naira for chin. So I actually was angry. But when the woman has left, I was not thinking, she will leave and not follow. She will leave. I said, okay.
It's not her fault.
I said, okay. So, so that we can make sense of this program. Now the tariff, the increase is still not going to do even them good. Let me tell them now. The people that are increasing it, the NERC that is increasing it, is not going to do the electricity companies good. Because whatever money they think they are making, they are still not going to make it. That's one. Two, it's not going to improve electricity supply.
It's not improving.
It's not going to
That's
improve
the
it.
anger.
That's the
Because if they
so
waited
now,
and gave us light for 20
So
hours
now-
a day and you increase, the
so
people
now
will
let-
understand.
So now let them wait for it, because something is going to happen to them that will make the electricity company in Nigeria irrelevant.
Take it easy.
No,
now you say I'm on the side.
you can moderate
No,
me.
just take it
Just
easy.
moderate me.
So that
But this is for the
it
program.
doesn't sound like a threat.
No, but it's a threat. How do you take law into your hand? Now, look at it this way. We pay for goods and services. Okay, now, how do you make me pay
For the services and
for services that you didn't render to me? Is that not wicked? There is a God in heaven. Jonathan's wife said there is God. There is God.
That's why you and I are alive today,
There
in
is
spite of whatever is happening.
There is God.
Thank you, Bishop Henry Uzzah, for coming on the program as usual. Uche, he's been on camera. Thank you. We quarrel all the time, but I still like you. You're my son. The head of the film unit is here. Can I remember his name now? Yes, Victor Iwenoff. And Alex Alfado, the presentation director. Alexo, thank you so much, dependable one there. Thank you. Even when he's down with malaria, I say, ain't no malaria strong enough to keep me from my job. And everybody out there, those of you who've been with us on the People's Pride Delta TV this morning on the program Convinced Me, thank you so much. Remember, this is the best place to be. My name is Maureen Eliku. It hasn't changed. And we're making way now for this fine young lady to come take the news at midday. We need to update you. And many more programs will come your way. Please stay with us. Have a lovely day.